President Kiir directs the new judiciary leadership to clear delayed and pending cases. Government launches finance digital literacy campaign. And political parties council urges registered parties to adhere to the guiding principles
of justice and stability in any nation, highlighting a strong commitment to building a peaceful and prosperous nation.
The judiciary is the foundation of justice, stability, and peace in any nation. It is the institution that ensures the rule of law, protects the rights of the citizens, and settles disputes fairly. I have been informed that there are serious concerns that must be addressed. These include persistent delays in court proceedings, limited access to justice in both urban and rural areas, weak enforcement of court decisions, and reports of political influence in judicial matters. This must stop and must change. The people of South Sudan deserve a judiciary that is independent, fair, and accessible to all citizens, regardless of their status or location.
President Kiir acknowledged serious concerns within the justice sector, citing persistent delays in court proceedings, poor access to justice in rural and urban areas, and weak enforcement of court decisions. He called for an end to political interference in judicial matters and underscored the need for comprehensive reforms. The president directed the judiciary's new leadership to clear delayed and pending cases and emphasized transparency, accountability, and timely justice delivery as key priorities.
I therefore urge you both to take the lead in undertaking comprehensive reforms within the judiciary and ensure that all the delayed and pending cases are cleared. Your leadership must be marked by transparency, accountability, and timely justice delivery to all citizens without any delay. Judges must be trained moral ethics and pay their salaries and allowances on time, and ensure that corrupt judges are dismissed and new ones enrolled. You must together build a judiciary that serves the people, protects the rights, and strengthens the rule of law. This is essential for peace, unity, and development of our country. As your president, I assure you of my full support for these vital reforms to strengthen the judiciary system.
In his acceptance remarks, Chief Justice Dr. Benjamin Bakdeng pledged to lead the judiciary with diligence and integrity. He vowed to tackle the backlog of cases and called for sustained government support to address critical challenges.
The challenges facing the judiciary are many, but with your support, we can together with my colleagues in the judiciary manage the backlog. We are aware of the challenges facing us and the country as a whole. There is a high anticipation for reforms in the judiciary, but this is squarely in your safe hands.
Commentators say the appointments and the president's determination mark a potentially revolutionary moment for the justice system in the country. As South Sudanese look ahead, hopes remain high that this new judicial leadership will focus on independence, accountability, and reforms, ensuring that justice is not only done but seen to be done. Alejandro Lotok, SSBC News.
The Speaker of Parliament, Gemma Nunu Kumba, has called on board members of the Concern for Women and Children, a charity organization founded by the First Lady Mary Ayan Mayadit, to work for transparency and betterment of the South Sudanese citizens. Nunu was speaking on Monday at the Capacity Building Development Program organized by the organization's Board of Directors, where she stresses the need for collaborative efforts to improve service. A member of Board of Directors and legislator Mary Nyaulang says the organization is working for the benefit of women and children by helping them in different capacities. The Undersecretary of Defense, Gregory Deng, affirms the commitment of the organization in doubling efforts to strengthen its policies and mandate aimed at improving the welfare of women and children in the country.
We need good cooperation between, because the board set the policies, the executive executes, and the report. The issue of transparency in the management of the organization, very important. And understanding. Most of the time, the First Lady is the founder. She is the patron. We need to help her run the organization. We are to solve the problems of the organization, not all the time disturbing her with our own. The same responsibility we are supposed to do, we carry to her. Members of the board, ladies and gentlemen, by expressing my deep appreciation to Her Excellency the First Lady, not only for the invitation today, but for the leadership and the love she consistently shows to the women and children of this country. The organization was a foundation of Her Excellency, Madam Mary Ayan Mayadit. She has really put a lot of energy and time that she established this organization for the benefit of the women and the children. Having the experience of this country, how women and children have really suffered before the war and after the war. And that's why she became with this creativity that she needs to see women and children and use their life at touch to this program. The vision and the mission for this organization, we need to empower the women. We work with our partners that are really supporting the organization so that we can be able to take a step forward.
Especially on how to strengthen the policies, the mandates, conduct of any other businesses that promote the welfare of our children and women and elderly. That years to come, concern for women and children will rise to the highest ladder of international level. I am with full support to the management and board of directors at any time through the journey towards progress. And all resolutions that comes out from this workshop will be fully supported from.
As diplomatic ties between Juba and Addis Ababa continue to grow, Ethiopia is set to construct its permanent embassy residence in the Jongoli area along Bilfam Road, following the allocation of a 3,000 square meter plot of land by local authorities. The land allocation documents have been handed over to Mandes Maya Kumba, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, for official submission to the Ethiopian embassy. SSBC's Abraham Felix reports.
With peace and stability continue to hold, development tops national agenda goals, as government of Central Equatorial State has allocated a 3,000 square meter plot of land for the Embassy of Ethiopia, with the acting governor of Central Equatorial State, Paulina Lukudu, and the Commission of Juba County, Emmanuel Tete, handing over land allotment documents to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mandes Maya Kumba, to be submitted to the Ethiopian Embassy. This now paves the way for the construction of the Ethiopian permanent embassy residence in the Jengeli area along Bilfam Road. Immediately following the handover, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Akwebona Malwal led a team comprising acting governor of Central Equatorial State Paulina Lukudu and the Commission of Juba County Emmanuel Tete alongside the Ethiopian charge the affairs. The government stresses this land grant underscores South Sudan's strong commitment to deepening ties with Ethiopia as part of broader effort to improve infrastructural settings, more accommodation to the foreign missions. Abraham Felix, SSBC, Juba.
Government, in collaboration with MTN South Sudan, launches financial digital literacy campaign. The 21 Days of Yellow Care campaign in Mangaten IDP's camp is aimed at enhancing digital literacy to the areas underserved. This digital literacy campaign, according to MTN South Sudan, includes ways of using Momo or mobile money and other digital educational programs for the mobile users to make transactions. In his keynote address during the launch of this campaign, Information Deputy Minister David Yauyao commended MTN for such programs, saying government supports access to financial services in the rural areas. This, he says, would enable farmers and health workers perform their duties efficiently. The Undersecretary for Information, Marien Bulabek-Chol, welcomed the initiative, urging the company to use local languages to ensure messages are well understood by local population. National Communications Authority's Director for Research, Engineer Chol Joseph, warns against such campaign for commercial visibilities, advising the telecommunication operators to demonstrate the real socio-corporate responsibility.
This year focus on connecting at roots through the use of digital tools is precisely what our country needs. It is about bringing the benefit of technology closer to those who need it most. Our farmers, our small business owners, our students, our healthcare workers, and indeed every South Sudanese citizens, no matter how remote their locations it is, but yet the connection will still serve them.
This stadium will stand up to the 10 state plus 3 administrative for the benefit of the interests of the citizens of the Republic of South Sudan. My suggestion, as you are aware, the level of education in all over the country, I hope you have a tool that you'll be able to communicate to our local people in their different languages, at least to make sure you send your message on the way of learning.
Some of the companies, when they declare their social corporate responsibility initiative, they go and paint some walls here and there, and then they said this is the social corporate responsibility. But this painting, it is only a commercial visibility for the company. It is not benefiting the community in any way. But today we are seeing this initiative is meaningful and is targeting one of the vulnerable groups that we are aspiring to connect and to include in our digital.
As the political parties council wraps up preparations for the upcoming December elections, it has urged all registered political parties to strictly adhere to the council's guiding principles. The call was made by the chairperson of the council, Engineer James Akol Zakayo, during a meeting with a delegation from the South Sudan United Party, led by the acting governor of Central Equatoria State, Paulino Lokudu Obede. The delegation visited the council to gain insights into its ongoing electoral preparations and engage in dialogue on the role of political parties in ensuring a peaceful and transparent electoral process.
We at the council, we are mandated to register, monitor, regulate, and deregister political parties. So people should also know that our role is not only to register parties, we also have the role to deregister parties that are already registered. So we urge all the parties to adhere to the rule of law and to abide by the rules and regulations of the council.
The main purpose of this visit is a courtesy call to the premises of the political parties council, because this is where all the political parties are registered and the political parties are regulated. And as a non-violence political party which is preparing to contest in the coming election, we wanted to also assure the public that we are very much concerned of the democratic transformation in the country and fostering the democratic culture and the political participation culture. That's why we came to say that we are very ready, and the party is working together with other political parties which are non-violent.
The Commissioner General of the South Sudan Revenue Authority, Mr. Simon Akweideng, has issued a stand directive prohibiting the use of personal staff details in taxpayer registration. Speaking during a media briefing in Juba on Monday, Akwe revealed that a recent system audit conducted by the Domestic Tax Division uncovered widespread misuse of the authority's staff information by registered taxpayers, emphasizing such practices are compromising the integrity and independence of the tax system. He warns companies and individuals involved to urgently update their registration information and ensure all records reflect the actual details of the taxpayers or their illegitimate representatives. The authority is expected to take further action to ensure compliance and restore trust in the taxpayer registration process.
So we did the system audit, especially in the domestic tax. We realized that most of the details of the taxpayers are details of the staff of South Sudan Revenue Authority. And when we try to trace and call the taxpayers, most of the calls or emails are responded by the staff. This is a very serious violation of the law. Section 17 and 18 of Taxation Act 2009 stipulate that registration of taxpayers must be verifiable, must be correct, and must be accurate. And there is no compromise on this. So this morning, we are trying to inform the taxpayers that they should not use the staff of South Sudan Revenue Authority as their contacts. Every company has a registration certificate or an incorporation certificate. Every company has an email which is internal or a telephone number owned by the company. And every company has a location of business. These details must be for the company, not for the staff of South Sudan Revenue Authority. So I want all the companies that have used the staff of South Sudan Revenue Authority to quickly update their records. Because whatever is happening now is punishable by law. It is not acceptable that a company uses the staff of Revenue Authority details to register itself.
Government has signed a charter to unify health services in the country. The move aims to enhance efficiency, improve access to health care, and ensure quality services for all. This came during a workshop organized by the National Ministry of Health in collaboration with Western Barkazal State Ministry of Health in WOW. In his closing remarks, Governor Emmanuel Primo Okello emphasizes the importance of the project in strengthening the health sector. The representative of the National Ministry of Health, Dr. Malek Deng, highlighted the importance of the project in strengthening health services at all levels. The State Health Minister, Dr. Francis Michael Hassan, emphasizes government commitment to supporting the project.
أننا حنقف مع الوزارة تحت قيادة بتاع دكتور فرانسيس وكل الطاقم الطبي الموجود والإداري في إنه كيف البرنامج ده لازم يتم تنفيذه بصورة كويس والخدمات الصحية تصل لمواطن ومواطن يلتمس الصحة من خلاله. ضربة بداية قوية يدعم ولاية خرب بحر الغزال وكل ولايات بتاع بحر الغزال الكبرى.
Since we started One Health, few things have changed. We have to see One Health not to be for the health peoples. One Health is a principle that brings animals, the environment that we live in, and also the human health itself. In the equation that you are what you eat. For you to live long, you have to eat healthy foods. For you to live long, you have to have an environment that welcome you to live healthy and also safe.
يمكن نحن في الولاية اليوم نحن بنوقع وبنعلن الميثاق، لكن ده بيكون لنا تعدي كبير أمام الشعب بتاع الولاية اللي نحن مسؤولين منه، لأنه كل الأشياء اللي نحن مرينا بيه وماشيين نوقع عليه في الوثيقة نحن بنكون مسؤولين دعم بتاعتك. أنا واثق إنه كل الوزارات.
Governor James Kongchual calls on the Maiwut community to support government's efforts to promote peace and stability in Upper Nile State. Governor Kongchual, who made the remarks during a ceremony organized by the Maiwut community, affirmed government's commitment to providing basic services to the citizens. Speaking on behalf of Maiwut Community Association, Nyok John Dudi expresses willingness to supporting government's peace efforts aimed to stabilize the region.
عارفين انتو شعب تاع مايوت معروف لجنوب السودان.
أجانا ويتونغ مي مانغوا جنوب السودان لا ينتو مايوت.
وانا واحد منهم ذات.
أجانا أنا قاد مايوت قادونا نما.
هنا بلد بتاعنا على النيل ده بلد بتاع عنده قبائل كثير.
أجانا نغينا غوا ما كالانا ديدا ما. وين متى جيتو مجل كونديال.
عشان كده يال بتاعكم بركنوا رطانات كتير بتاع رطانات وانتوا الناس ذاتوا يعني انتوا لو قلتوا حاجه انتوا بتجيبوا فوق زي ما انتوا كلمتوا فدل انتم عندكم مسؤوليه كبيره.
اجانا ينت ين كلون مديت ين كلان مدين متى
عشان كده شوارع اللي بيجي من اثيوبيا
اجانا دو بنانا جيرول بوينه
حتى البلوج
من تشوم نغا ما ونا بلوج
ده مسؤوليات بتاعكم بتاع الناس مايود.
اجانا لون دون ينجي مايود دو ما هو بقوا
وبلد اننا قاعدين فوق ده ذاته.
اجانا يندور تكون شنوتنا ولا
لو انا ما مسكنا يدينا نحن القبائل الموجود.
اكوار ميجي كونتيت كون كابكيل كون جي ما قاعدين تاوانا
ما بكون كويس كل سنه ناس هيجري.
Today to give our as a Maiwut community to give our congratulatory message to His Excellency General James Kongchual. As a Maiwut community, we came to him and also thanks His Excellency the President for the trust bestowed to our son, the governor, as a governor of Upper Nile State. And we, the Maiwut State, we are happy for the appointment of His Excellency bestowed upon you, Your Excellency. Your elevation to this esteemed position is a statement to your dedication and commitment to serve the people of Upper Nile. May God bless you with wisdom, strength, and health.
Let's go for a short break and stay tuned for more stories coming up. Welcome back from that short break. To proceed with our news bulletin, the government of Warab State joined the United Nations mission in South Sudan, UNMISS, in commemorating the International Day of Peacekeepers. Speaking at the event, Warab State Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Dr. Achil Malaya Liap, commended UN peacekeepers for their resilience and dedication in supporting peace and delivering essential services across the state. UNMISS representative Anastasi Nyirigira reaffirmed the mission's readiness to supporting both community and national reconciliation efforts, emphasizing UN's continued commitment to peace building.
To our national colleagues who strive every day to build a better future for their communities and their country, Mabruk. To our international colleagues who work far from their homes in difficult conditions to support this country on its path to peace, thank you for your sacrifice. To the government of South Sudan and Warab in particular, thank you for the great cooperation we've obtained from you And to the people of South Sudan, we thank you for your unwavering support. Peace begins with all of us. Thank you very much.
It is our work as the government to make sure that nobody is above the law. The SPLM was founded on 16 May, and UNMISS Peacekeeping Day in May. I think it is our day together. We also need peace in Toy. Last week, Her Excellency, the Acting Governor, and I, plus other government officials, were able to visit Toy North areas, the water sport areas, and these people say they need peace, actually before they start cultivating. Because
Rehabilitation work on Juba Bridge has been successfully completed. The Managing Director of Rhino Star Road Construction Company, Peter Atem, announces this to SSBC on Monday, appreciating government efforts in enhancing road infrastructure to facilitate service delivery and ease movements of people and goods across the region. The Executive Director of Roads Authority, Benjamin Warile, assures the authority's commitment to providing service to the public.
The right-bound lane, the lane coming out of Juba towards Gumbo, where there is a deck at the exit, it has broken nuts and bolts, and that's why it's also making the vehicles, when they exit the bridge, to vibrate a lot. And the risk of the river crossing, cutting the road at a place where it shouldn't be. Now we have taken note of that, and of course we are going to come up with an emergency plan to tackle all these issues.
We can build, Rome not build one day, build for many years and for Rome. South Sudan will be a better country, the people will come back,
Bishop of Wow Catholic Diocese, Dr. Matthew Adam Remigio, urges believers to embrace peace and unity. Addressing the congregation during the inauguration of St. John the Baptist Church in Awil, Bishop Adam Remigio highlighted the church's vital role in promoting forgiveness and reconciliation. Northern Bahr-el-Ghazal Deputy Governor Tong Lwalayat affirms government's commitment to working with the church to foster peace.
One of them, al-wahda da is that bewujud abuna asa. Wujud abuna mush ikun sabab ashan ifarik baina nas, lakin sabab ashan ilima nas sawa, ashan nas ishtakalu sawa. Kul zol muhim fi raia wa fi kanisa. Ma fi zol hu shatir shadid huma muhtaj li baqi nas. Kulana muhtajin ashan ikun yadana sawa, afkar bidatna sawa, ashan namshi bole gidam. وعشان نشتغلوا سوا ما تلستك راسك بس في راي بتاعي اوسع، لكن لما يقول ارى الاعترافي ده الناس كله، ده المسؤوليه بتاعتنا كلها، نحن نهتم بالناس اللي نحن مسؤولين عليهم في المجتمع وفي كل مكان اللي احنا فيه.
I would like to say that Father Gang, you are the ambassador of Jesus Christ in Awilnas County. Please expand the church to all the areas so that the Roman Catholic can have a lot of believers in this county. And I believe that the whole of Northern Bahr-el-Ghazal state, actually 90% they are Roman Catholic believers. But we need to make sure that we have to do a lot of expansion and recruit the young people that can be able to carry on the mission in the long run. Finally, I would like to say that since we have seen the new party today, in Gonga Machar, I believe that this is an indication that the people of Northern Bahr-el-Ghazal state, they are going to expect the diocese to be given to them.
And that finally brings us to the end of our news hour. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Awut Polnang. Till next time.